everyone, I hope you're having a great week. So as we all know, going to school is like super expensive, especially in architecture because you've got models to build, materials to buy, supplies to buy. It all adds up, and sometimes you're going through weeks where you have to decide whether you want to get groceries for the week or whether you need to buy materials to finish that model that you have been working on for a while. So today I'm going to help you hopefully not have to make decisions like that and help you find ways to get your supplies and materials for less money. So these are some of my tips for architecture on a budget for getting materials and supplies. So the first tip I have is to be creative. Some of your supplies can be dual purpose and you can use them for different things. And you can get things like adjustable, such as adjustable triangles. Instead of buying a 30, 60, 90 triangle as well as a 45, 45, 90 triangle, you can just get one adjustable triangle and have every angle that you want in the one triangle. Another thing you should do is shop around. So definitely do your research. So here I have 6 places where I recommend that you shop around and consider buying your supplies from. I am in no way sponsored by any of these companies. I simply just like to shop at these places, so I thought I would recommend them for you. So first are Utrecht Art and BLICK, which I think might be under the same name now, but I'm not entirely sure. But they are kind of the leading company in supplying architecture supplies for students. So really you could get everything that you could want at those stores, but it tends to get pretty expensive. Some things are relatively cheap, but other things that you could get for cheaper at other stores tend to be very expensive at Utrecht and BLICK. So shop around. Number 2 is Staples. Here you can get pretty nice and pretty cheap lead holder sets, which is kind of like a high-tech mechanical pencil kind of. And you can also get scales there. Number 3 is Michael's, or another kind of craft store. Here you can find things like cheap-ish wood veneer, yarn and strings and hemp, different kinds of crafts that would maybe be a bit more expensive at places like Utrecht. They also have pretty cheap canvases if you like to do art or something. And be sure to look at their clearance sections because there's always some kind of good stuff in there. Number 4, Amazon. Now this gets a little bit tricky because you can't see what you're buying before you get it. So I would recommend being cautious and really reading all of the reviews for the product that you're trying to buy. If there are no reviews, maybe you shouldn't buy it, because you never know what you're gonna get. And maybe don't buy your most expensive supplies that you need off of Amazon, since you can't directly see it before you purchase it. Maybe just get things like markers and pens and less expensive supplies. Number 5, Walmart and or Target. Here you can get things like foam core, corrugated cardboard, pens, pencils, construction paper, I don't know, Strathmore. You can get all kinds of materials and papers and pens, sometimes for a lot cheaper than you could find them at places like Utrecht or BLICK Art. And number 6 is local art stores or university art stores. And always check to see if these stores have student discounts, because a lot of them do, which is great because being a student you need as many discounts as you can get. So my tips for buying supplies and materials are: check to see if there's student discounts, always read reviews and be very cautious before you buy things online, and just do your research. Definitely check around to different stores before you set on buying something, because you most likely can find it somewhere else a lot cheaper than you originally were willing to pay for it. And finally, be resourceful and be creative and try to use different materials and different supplies for different purposes. So if you have a ruler, maybe you could use that also as a straight edge. So these are my tips for doing architecture on a budget. So let me know where you guys shop for your supplies, and if you have any questions or Want any other recommendations, just let me know in the comments below. I hope you had a great week. Happy Easter, and I will see you next Sunday. Another thing you're going to want is an alpha blade to cut things with, not people. Be careful of your fingers, and a way to do that is by having this, which is Mom will call you and think that you have been kidnapped. And I'm pretty sure through your phone you can set up an automatic message that it will send people if they text or call you, so that they don't think that you're dead somewhere if you don't respond.